So, I was giving some advice or perhaps a tip about Valheim's bait progress or process, and apparently mixing trophies with fishing bait gives you a variety of different bait options, which I can only assume gives you the ability to have more effective bait recipes down in the future. So, for example, you decided to go and fish for some more rare fish that have a tendency of only being spotted in the deep part of the ocean. Well, regular bait is not as effective, or in most cases, probably completely useless for that particular fish. So, as you play around with it, you'll be getting some rare fish from the sea, which is absolutely incredible, and nobody has ever told me that before, by the way. And I'm glad that this was brought up to my attention. I've played Valheim with quite a few people out there, and if nobody has ever told me this before, that raises a question whether or not people actually know about this tip, or if there's only a few people that kind of figured this out. So if you are like myself, completely clueless in this case, yes, you can have a different variety of bait options. Some are weaker than others, and some are not so much. I was able to mix my bait with a troll trophy, and I crafted myself, that. Not quite sure what kind of fish that is more beneficial for, but you better believe I will get to the testing very soon. Hopefully without spoiling myself here on the internet. Also, I was sailing around and found a swamp biome, but then I also realized that there is not much to it. Valheim being a procedurally generated game, it decided to scam me, and it gave me a little taste of what a swamp biome would be like. Which was a humbling experience, I guess, on the brighter side. Those Reaper flying things were certainly not fun to deal with, and I don't think I've ever seen them before. But hey, at least I know what I'm signing up for essentially for the next time I'm here and I discover legitimate biome, and not just some kind of island, if you will. Rest assured, I will definitely be more prepared for it. On the brighter side, I was able to find a trader which was located in the Black Forest, right beside that little swamp area, and that's how I ended up getting my fishing rod. Something I may consider doing is sailing all the way across the globe. It probably sounds a lot easier on paper than in action, but I'm really tempted to do it. And this would have been a lot more doable if I had a team of Vikings with me, but since I have to do it solo, it's going to be a little bit more challenging, if you will. Alrighty, we're about to test our new bait and see how it does. So far, reading the description for this type of bait, apparently there's not much to it besides the fact that it's just a bit more sticky, which surely will reduce the time I would fish on a daily basis. But as far as having the ability to catch more exotic fish, yeah, erase that out of the way now. I tested that theory in numerous locations, and so far I was able to catch the same fish I normally catch. And trust me, I made it pretty far from my home just to make sure I encounter something new, so to speak. Now, I tried this out on a puffer fish and it just doesn't work, which goes to show that you can indeed upgrade your bait by mixing it with different trophies and craft more advanced bait in order to catch something rare and special. Now, this is the part of the ocean nobody talks about, very creepy and quiet, and believe it or not, I actually enjoyed this type of weather in Valheim, or I guess you can say the atmosphere. Something I've mentioned in the comments section in my previous video But I was just basically saying how incredibly cozy Valheim can feel, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's just peace and quiet. There's just nothing but time in Valheim. When I have late night gaming sessions, this is certainly my favorite game to play, and it definitely checks out all the boxes for my nostalgia list. Also, I randomly got attacked by this thing, and not once, but twice, and I finally got myself a surf meat, except I have a problem at home. I don't have a way to cook this, so it has to be stored in my chest until I find the proper ingredients to make a heavy-duty campfire, or whatever you want to call it. I'll do some grinding off camera, and let's hope I find a swamp biome fairly soon.